The WWE is taking its potential competitor All Elite Wrestling seriously, whether it's locking down current WWE superstars to long-term deals, running shows against AEW shows, and even modifying the way it's promoted wrestling for decades. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at how the WWE is transforming itself into a more realistic product. For years, WWE has promoted itself as sports entertainment, a blend of athleticism and drama designed to engage the viewer with compelling storylines and entertaining, albeit choreographed, bouts. However, the WWE appears to be shifting from a sports entertainment approach to one of legitimate sports. Does this mean WWE Superstars will be getting F5'd for real? Certainly not, but the move represents a big change and one that has everyone talking. First, however, let's look at how WWE first adopted its strategy of promoting itself as sports entertainment. From entertainment to sports. Professional wrestling once promoted itself as a legitimate sport, with wrestlers working hard to maintain the illusion that matches were actual competitive events. Not everyone believed this, but wrestling promotions and wrestlers refused to destroy the business's facade. That is, until Vince McMahon revealed that wrestling was an exhibition with predetermined winners and losers. The WWF no longer produced professional wrestling, but sports entertainment. In 2018, Stephanie McMahon spoke at the WWE's Business Partner Summit and explained where the term sports entertainment arose. Advertisers either had an adverse reaction to the words professional wrestling, or they simply did not understand what it was. So how could we create a term or a label potential partners could understand? That's when we coined the term sports entertainment. While this may have played a reason in the switch in names, the main reason seems to be that Vince McMahon was looking to avoid continuing to pay fees to various athletic commissions. A 2014 article documenting the history of WWE explained McMahon's motivation. The Athletic State Commission of each U.S. state would be at every wrestling event, would grant licenses to the wrestlers, referees, and timekeepers. It would also levy a tax on all wrestling events, with the percentage of the gate depending on which state the event was held. Ever the smart businessman, Vince McMahon decided that enough was enough. Having already torn up the wrestling landscape, he was going to do the unthinkable. He was going to come clean and reveal wrestling's biggest secret. McMahon's move would allow the WWF to save hundreds of thousands of dollars. Thus, February 10, 1989 was the day the facade died, as in front of the state of New Jersey Senate on a bill to remove wrestling from the regulations that had been applied by the athletic commissions, Vince McMahon, representing the World Wrestling Federation, stated that professional wrestling should be defined as an activity in which participants struggle hand-in-hand primarily for the purpose of providing entertainment to spectators rather than conducting a bona fide athletic contest. For decades, the WWE has promoted itself as sports entertainment, which provides enjoyment to its audience in a world based around wrestling matches. The WWE sustains the illusion that the matches are legitimate sporting events, and this is the conceit that drives the theatrical aspects of WWE, much as any other entertainment program or film revolves around a fictional world. People going to see an Avengers film don't believe that superheroes exist, but they suspend their disbelief in order to be entertained. Similarly, wrestling fans enjoy the product's drama and displays of athleticism, ignoring that it's choreographed. McMahon's motivation. What would motivate Vince McMahon to abandon decades of pushing his product as sports entertainment, only to depict it as a more realistic product? The first is its competition with All Elite Wrestling, while the second is its new business partnership with Fox, which is paying a small fortune for the rights to air SmackDown Live over the next 10 years. WWE is now looking for a more realistic approach to wrestling, partially because it faces competition from AEW, which begins running weekly television on TNT this fall. AEW is touting itself as more of a sports-oriented form than traditional professional wrestling, and it appears the WWE sees this as a serious threat, hence the change from sports entertainment to sport. WWE also wants to market itself as a real sport to capitalize on its TV partner Fox's powerful promotional abilities. Fox seems to agree that promoting the WWE more as a sport than sports entertainment is advantageous. Recently, Fox executives met with their network affiliates on July 17, 2019, and Fox reportedly prepared them for WWE's upcoming premiere. Dave Meltzer reported that they want everyone, all the stations, to report WWE as a legitimate sport and not entertainment. They're gonna start promoting the 20th anniversary of SmackDown, which I presume is the October 4th episode, and they're gonna have a lot of surprises on that show. This is a major departure from WWE referring to itself as sports entertainment. With rumors persisting the WWE may air NXT on Fox's FS1 or Fox Sports 1, it may be seen as a way to make WWE seem like a more reputable form of entertainment. However, how will the sports leagues Fox carries react to WWE being referred to as a sport? This could lead to some backlash from said leagues, as well as from their fans. SmackDown Live is scheduled to debut on Fox on 4 October 2019. Fox is planning an advertising campaign to bring in new viewers and let existing viewers know SmackDown will be moving from its current home at the USA Network to Fox. There's also talk that Fox wants to educate new fans on some of wrestling's different terms. During an episode of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer commented that they are planning a digital primer where viewers can get a behind-the-scenes look at the product and to teach viewers inside wrestling terms. While it's doubtful that WWE will get into insider terms, how funny would it be to see the terms mark and smark defined? Meltzer also reports, there's going to be a 1-hour launch show in late September. I'm going to guess on a Friday night to build the first show to introduce the wrestlers, the talent of WWE to the audience. It's clear Fox is doing everything it can to promote its new program, and in the meantime, WWE is looking to improve the actual product far in advance of SmackDown's Fox debut. One way of doing so is by making it more realistic. What changes will be made? There are a number of changes being discussed to make the WWE product seem more realistic. Some have been considered before, while others are new to the promotion. Let's begin with a new concept: win-loss records. AEW executive Cody Rhodes has repeatedly stated that the promotion intends to pay close attention to its wrestlers' win-loss records, as well as using analytics, the science of showing the likelihood of success in certain situations. While analytics are normally associated with sports such as baseball, Rhodes wants to use them for storyline purposes to show how likely a wrestler is to succeed using certain moves against particular opponents. Rhodes seems to see it as a way to differentiate AEW from its competitors, as the promotion strives for a realistic presentation towards its in-ring events. While there's been no mention of WWE using analytics, there has been talk of incorporating win-loss records into storylines. Top 10 rankings have been used before, but never for long. A practical approach would be to try this system out on NXT and gauge the fans' reactions. More logical matches. Currently, the WWE finds itself struggling to work around Vince McMahon's rule that no matches should take place during commercial breaks. With Paul Heyman working as Raw's executive director, fans have already noticed a difference in the Red brand's content and tone. Dave Meltzer noted in this week's Observer that one of the things Heyman is trying to change is how WWE starts and restarts matches. There's definitely a movement to change the silliness of how they keep having to do run-ins and create reasons that mean little storyline-wise to stop matches when they have matches go through a commercial break. They actually did, with the long women's match on Raw, have the first match on Raw since the New Doctrine where they wrestled through a break. They did 2 breaks in that match, and the second break was silly, as when they were down to the last 2 in the women's match, they literally stopped the match for 3 minutes to take a break. The WWE's new policy must look ridiculous to fans attending Raw and SmackDown, and if the WWE truly wishes to make things appear realistic, they have to avoid these incredible stretches of credulity, such as long breaks. Unscripted promos. Another way the WWE is pushing a more realistic look is in its use of unscripted promos. The idea being, and one fans and critics have been clamoring for years, that from-the-heart speeches pack more of a punch than lame scripted ones. Paul Heyman's work as executive director for Raw's creative department seems to be paying off, not only on Raw, but on SmackDown, where Kevin Owens recently cut an unscripted promo. Dave Meltzer recently pointed out, Paul Heyman for Raw is trying to go with the idea of having backstage interviews have less of the fake dialogue and come across more realistic. For example, Owens' promos have been strong, and the fans' reactions show that they enjoy natural promos by good talkers like KO. Although some wrestlers may need heavily scripted promos due to poor mic skills, the WWE should also work behind the scenes to help them practice their mic skills, as it is a talent some people can learn. Physical consequences. While wrestlers have traditionally been depicted as resilient to injuries that might hospitalize an ordinary person, WWE often has wrestlers take insane bumps with few or no consequences to their character's health. According to the Wrestling Observer, that's going to change, as there will be more consequences, and if someone gets hurt one week, they won't be fine the next week. Obviously, with Strowman, that was barely the case, as he was supposedly gravely injured, missed 1 week of TV, and returned selling nothing. Wrestlers for the last 15 years have complained about how they'll do a big match and want to sell the beating the next day on Raw, and Vince will allow mid-card guys to do that, but when the top guys want to, Vince nixes it because the guys he wants to protect he doesn't want to have on television appearing to be weak. Considering some of the spots that WWE Superstars went through at Extreme Rules, it made no sense for wrestlers like Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley to show up at Raw the next night, let alone work in a 10-man battle royal to determine Brock Lesnar's SummerSlam opponent. Like any dramatic changes, WWE will need time to both implement them and see how the fans respond. The WWE seems to have a good opportunity to shift to a more realistic style, particularly with the promotional power of Fox behind it. Whether Vince McMahon gives the WWE time for this new approach remains to be seen. Well guys, there you have it, the ways WWE is making its product more realistic and the forces motivating the change. Do you think the WWE is taking a risk with this new strategy? Be sure to leave your comments and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time for some more wrestling content.